Hey guys, MutantCowboy here. Today we had a state of the game, mostly focusing on episode 3 and the new specialization that was coming with that. Not too much, if anything, really regarding the future update that's going to be coming sometime this summer. But I just want to basically go over some of those things real quick, just kind of give you my impressions on some of that stuff. Now, it is a work in progress, like they said. Not everything's finalized, but there are some things that kind of worry me, some things that look good, some things that don't quite look good. So without further delay, let's kind of look into some of those things. All right, so the first item that I want to look at is the cluster grenade. Now, if we look at other grenades, we know that they're really not very effective. This one pretty much just splits into multiple mini grenades to create a larger area of effect. Again, I don't think this is going to be very effective at all, especially in late game, content, heroic content. It's just, I don't think it's going to be very effective. Moving on to the fire starter, which is the unique sidearm for this specialization. Basically, it's just a sawed-off shotgun, which, love them or hate them, they are in the game. I know some people hate the idea of shotguns, especially when they, can one or two tap you. This one has the unique talent, basically just allows you to reduce an enemy's fire resistance by 50%. The downside to this is it's only for 5 seconds, which basically means unless they are standing in your flame turret, you're not really going to be getting any benefit from it. All right, moving on to one that is actually very concerning, and that's fiery response. And basically this is on armor break, so if an enemy depletes your armor, you will apply burn to all enemies within 5 meters. The reason this kind of worries me is because of clutch builds. Now we see clutch builds ruining a lot of things, or at least abusing a lot of mechanics in a very special way that kind of makes it unfun for the rest of the game. And then basically that mechanic that could have been beneficial or interesting for other builds is now ruined because of this one talent. And when you combine that with the next perk on the specialization, which is plus 50% burn duration, you can see that this could kind of be built into a way that becomes very, very difficult to counter. And this is kind of reminiscent of, the Negotiator's clutch build that a lot of people hated, where they would just keep launching grenades at you as they repair their armor. And moving on to the next issue that I have, and that's the Firewall tactical link. That's basically just the bonus that you give to all your teammates. So whenever you're near an enemy within 10 meters, your allies get 10% damage to them. And especially with all the face hugging and chicken dancing that actually goes on in this game, most combat does take place within 10 meters. I mean, if you deny that, you're fooling yourself. The majority of combat takes place at close range. It takes place, basically you can touch the other person. You're just basically going to give this huge troll buff that's pretty much stronger than any other buff from a specialization standpoint in the game. It seems a little bit nonsensical to me. I mean, just encouraging more in-your-face chicken dancing type gameplay. Now we'll see what happens in the update, but as of right now, I'm not a fan of this. And moving on to possibly an even bigger, more universal troll ability for this specialization, and that's basically just their armor kit talent. It allows you to recover 200% armor and 200% health over 10 seconds. This one's even more troll-like than your survivalist armor kit, and I am not looking forward to running into people just popping their medkits like that in combat. That just doesn't seem fun. That just seems so stupid. And then, of course, I'm saving probably the most disappointing aspect of this specialization, and that's the garbage shield. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, the Crusader Shield is a piece of crap. I can't use it. Like I love shield builds, but the Crusader Shield is trash. I mean, in PvE it's trash. It just has absolutely no health. I mean, it's a worthless shield. And to actually have a build that's kind of designed around getting up in front and tanking the enemy a little bit, having your allies, staggered behind you to get effect from, this kind of bonus, with a shield that is a piece of paper, it's worthless. I mean, this is just dumb. Like, this shield is terrible. And I mean, if you follow my channel, you know that I have plenty of builds designed around shields. I mean, I like using shields. I like testing out shields. I like finding out, information with shields. And if you take this shield into PvP, it's going to be incredibly ineffective in the current game. I mean, it takes almost 2 million health on a shield to actually be somewhat effective. And even then, against a optimized build, you're lucky if your shield even lasts 2 seconds. I mean, I don't know who would actually build a shield build around this specialization. It just sounds like a terrible, terrible idea. And you can even see in their own gameplay, I mean, this is just I mean, I'm assuming that they spec'd into this build because they wanted to show it off, right? And this guy's shield is terrible. I mean, this is only a level 1 control point, and it's garbage. I mean, even in their own trailer, the guy did not use one of the Crusader shields. He used the regular friggin' bulwark shield because, well, that's the smart choice. I mean, I've tested it. I've shown you guys. I've used this. I know what I'm talking about. I've used the shield build time and time again. I love the shield build. I've used it. I test a lot of these things on the shield build. I love the shield build. And this is how a tanky shield build should play. I don't see this as being a viable option in combat. I don't see the flamethrower crappy shield combination being a viable option in heroic difficulty missions. But I mean, that's just my opinion. I mean, I could be completely wrong. I doubt I am. I'm usually not. So you guys can judge for yourself if you understand what I'm saying, or if you, at least you get the concept of what I'm saying, that this is not going to be a good shield build, at least built around that shield. I'm going to use the bulwark. I think that's going to be much more effective if I try out the specialization, because some of it looks okay. Some of it looks interesting. I mean, overall, guys, I don't get the feeling this specialization is going to be particularly powerful for skill builds, at least at the moment. I don't think it's going to be highly beneficial to shield builds at the moment. It really just seems like it's going to be another cheese mechanic for clutch builds and, super heavy armor tank builds. I mean, can you imagine that? I mean, if you have 600k armor right now, even if you have 500k armor, 200% armor over 10 seconds, that's 100,000 armor a second. That's just, wow. Like, just combine that with dancing and not being able to hit someone who's running the shotgun, you're basically unkillable for 10 seconds, and then you can just run behind a car, get behind your allies, pop another one, and then you're unkillable for 10 more seconds. That's terrible. And that's how it's going to be used. I mean, no one is going to use this for the shield build. No one is going to use this for the freaking flame turret or the incendiary seeker mine, like the airburst. Wow, like those are garbage skills currently, and they're going to stay garbage skills. This specialization is not going to improve those skills. The specialization is not going to be utilized for the shield build because, as I already stated, it is a crap shield build. All this is going to be used by are players that are basically just abusing the super armor meta, and that's going to be excruciatingly painful. How they do not see this, I mean, they have to see it. And my only assumption is like they're just like, well, it's going to be changing in a few months anyway, so we don't care. That's basically what I get from it. I hope I'm wrong. I hope they actually do some more changes before they actually release this. But as of now, I am not really a fan of this specialization. I mean, yeah, we get a flamethrower. That's fantastic. But practicality, usability, no, I don't see it. I don't see this being a good build. All right, guys. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.